Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited to be talking tonight to Cam Neufeld of the Gadjo Collective and Travis and Bryn from the Party on High Street, two of the artists participating in the MOM Celebration album, more commonly known as Music on the Mountain. My name is Ian, and I'm hosting the interview as part of the Music on the Mountain cover album. And just so we're all in the know, we are broadcasting on the traditional unceded territory of the Cladely Tenay First Nation. And we are also recording on the Cladely Tenay First Nation. So, hi, friends. Thanks for talking with me today. Um, how's everybody doing out there?
Doing great. Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Excellent. On this sweltering August day. Happy to be here in the cool
Yeah,
studio
yeah.
instead of into the hot sun. So we've got a song coming up, all right? Uh, oh, hang on a sec. Am I to give this away, Bryn? Sorry for the spoiler.
Oh, he knows what song we're playing.
All
I
right,
asked him for
okay,
the
okay.
lyrics. Yeah.
So the song is called Puerto del Sol. It's written by the Gadjo Collective and it's covered by the Party on High Street. It is one of 19 songs off this album, full of cover songs recorded by musicians who are scheduled to be at Music on the Mountain Festival in 2020. And I'll be talking a little bit more about the album after the interview. But so the Mom Festival brings people together from all over the place, obviously, right? Where are you two based? What's your COVID life been like lately? Cam, can I start with you?
Oh, sure. I live in Edmonton, and it's been pretty interesting time as for everybody. I mean, I was really happy to have this project. When Bryn told me about it, thought that was such a great idea. So it really was a nice project to have back in February when really there wasn't any other. I mean, there was a period of from probably November to the end of June where I really didn't have any gigs at all. So other than that, there was always something, like house parties or porch parties and outdoor gigs and all kinds of stuff. But there was that stretch. So this was actually a perfect thing to have right in that kind of stretch. And now in the summer here, it's actually been really busy for gigs, so things are rolling along really nicely. But yeah, you know, it's for me. It was, I kind of thought at first that I would really get a whole lot of things done, project wise in music and start out with great expectations and in the end I just kind of took a big pause, and I still practiced, but like so much of what I do is gig driven. Like I'm getting ready for a gig, or I've got to learn things for a specific kind of project. Um, and now it's sort of like, yeah, back, the game's on again. Is how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mic is a tiny bit quiet there, Cam. If you have a bit more gain on there.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
turn.
sweet.
That's too
Oh,
much.
too much. Yeah. Sweet.
Feedback. I got a little dial here.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Okay, how's that?
That's better. Thanks.
I can maybe direct it more towards me there. Okay.
Yeah, we're split all over the place. I live in Prince George, territory of Clearly Tenay. T-Rav's down in Victoria, and our drummer is a buffalo herding in Saskatchewan. So yeah, we're pretty spread. I felt totally the same that you did there, Cam, where yeah, huge expectations. I was gonna make a solo record, and I just kept on being like, well, I can't make a solo record until I build a studio, and I can't make a solo record until I build a microphone, and I just kept on making excuses, and I still haven't even started.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. Yeah, the music, was suspended there, but I got into my art studio there and had a pretty, a lot of commissions there, painting. Surprisingly, to
oh, great.
my surprise. Yeah, as far as music, I got into making beats and instrumentals there. Just down in the studio there, made sure this The chair was comfy. Started going out for dinner, which meant like taking the little pocket rocket stove and going to the beach with a couple of beers, you know, and it seemed great because, you know,
Nice.
just kept that trend going, you know. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be on a road trip up here to at Bryn's place visiting, and we're getting ready to get the band, you know, back together and play some of the tunes again, and it feels great. Yeah, long time coming.
Yeah,
That's
thanks for
awesome.
filling me in. It's been a long time since, you know, I personally could connect with anybody in the studio or really anywhere. And I'm happy to hear that you've all found, you know, something at some point to keep you mentally stimulated for a period of time. Things got pretty dull pretty fast there, but it sounds like everybody, you know, was able to kind of catch up with themselves after the initial reeling. And I'm happy this project was able to bring you all together for a bit. And I like your dinner creativity, Travis. It's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
beautiful.
that's good times.
Absolutely. Um, so if you happen to see the first video with Saltwater Hank and Folky Strum, you'll know that the centerpiece of this thing is giving you, Cam, the opportunity to hear your song covered by the party for the very first time, right?
Great, and I'm
So
really looking forward to that.
yeah,
Yes,
well, let's take a listen.
I was so happy that you know, Party on High Street was going to cover our tune because I knew that something really unique and creative was going to happen. So,
Well, you've been on the stage with us plenty of times.
so yeah,
Yeah.
I know you're playing really well. So that was nice for me to know that that was going to happen. So I'm excited right now to hear it.
Well, I hope we don't disappoint.
Wow, we won't.
All right, here we go.
When I was a boy, they used to call me the bad one, the self-destructing sad one, the mad one. He'd be standing in the corner like a weirdo, and although I was strange, I can assure you that fear was the one that was holding me there. I knew what bad was and I was not that. Sure, I would lash or dash or gnash my teeth and thrash the room like a bobcat, but I was scared, and I saw that I needed to do what I had to survive, so I started searching for my own kind. See, I was born a privilege, but I didn't know that then. Quite frankly, it's hard to catch on how good you got it in a societal prison that veils Caucasian middle-class boys in a space that falls victim to little crass acts of passive racism. Maybe that's why I'm bad. Maybe that's why I'm sad. Maybe that's why I'm the mad one who stands in the corner like a weirdo. Nah, I didn't know that back then, so why am I still here? In the corner, I mean, I've been all around the world, but the walls are always stopping me. That's all a corner is, where two walls meet. And I was given a sledgehammer, so I swung. The tongue is the strongest muscle in the body, and I'm lucky to have one, even if it's a bad one, a self-destructive sad one. No matter what my tongue says, I know my heart is floating in the port of the sun. And all y'all better learn to raise your sails, regain control, or else this boat is gonna roll in the Puerto del Sol.
Wow. That was so great. You guys,
So Cam,
you
Thanks,
killed
Cam.
that.
how are you feeling after hearing that for the first time?
I think that's fantastic. I love that version.
Nice.
Thank you.
So great energy. I love the rap part, incorporating all the elements of that, of the original Spanish, but then expanding it into something, much bigger. So,
Yeah, I appreciate you sending me the translated version so I could build it around that.
yeah, and I think it, like I was telling, I think she Lisi, the singer, improvises it, but that's kind of the essence of what she was saying, is something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the great, yeah. I love the gritty bass that's driving everything. Guitar part was great. It's like, no, it's really nice to hear another take on, and actually quite a different take on what we were doing with that tune.
And that piano solo is T-Rav. He's been practicing.
Oh, is that you? Great. Yeah,
Nice.
that's awesome.
I got a piano during the quarantine there, and yeah, always loved playing piano. Thought it was a great opportunity to add some piano there. Yeah.
I was like, hey, T-Rav, can you put a solo in the middle verse? And I was not expecting that.
Yeah, actually, I couldn't do it. I couldn't make a guitar solo happen, so I was like, yeah, I'll do piano. I mean, after playing that guitar during the chorus, that riff, yeah, I had to get like in the zone to play that one. Oh, and I was doubling it and doing it a different octave, and
It's a quick riff. Holy crap.
Yeah, and you guys kept like we used to play this song where we just kept the sections open, like when it has that sort of D minor C B flat thing going down.
right.
We kept the solo, and the soloist was supposed to indicate when the next change was going to happen. So sometimes it would be really long, and then the soloist would say, "Okay, here's
Change
that's
the
how
next
we
chord.
originally did the song." But I think on the recorded version, we somehow decided that we were going to do 6 bars.
Yeah, it was consistent.
Just to make it seem like, okay, 4 bars was too obvious. 6 bars made it seem like, okay, maybe it's not quite as obvious, but still regular, so that everybody knew, okay, this is the exact point. Because sometimes when you're soloing it was a little hard to kind of tell everyone precisely when you were moving to that next chord.
Yeah, you want to hit that money note at the right time, and
Yeah, and it didn't always, like, it was a good experiment, and I still like playing it that way because it just leaves the whole thing pretty open.
Yeah, that's all
but
that.
sometimes it just gets a little vague as to where that next, like, we always rely on Keith Rempel, our sousaphone player. Like, I basically listen to him. Okay, when he changes, then I'll change.
Yeah.
Like in live performance. But I think for the recording, we solidified it as 6 somehow. But yeah, that sounded great. Yeah, awesome job, you guys.
So Bryn and
I'm
Trav,
really happy with that. That's everyone. whenever that goes up on, it's on Bandcamp. Or is that where it's being put up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these videos go up on YouTube.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll let everybody know when this goes up. They'll be pretty excited to hear that. I think it was Clint Pelche was playing the guitar on the original version.
Yeah.
He's living out in Burns Lake now.
Oh, okay, it's close to home.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, really great job. I love it.
So Bryn and
Now,
Trav,
who is the guy doing the vocal in the middle of rap part?
That was me doing both parts,
Oh, you're
the
doing both
opera and the
parts?
rap. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because you had mentioned you were bringing somebody else in, but
Yeah, I was gonna bring in a local guy named Telephone Switches, but he got a little too busy, and I had all these ideas anyway. I thought I'd just take a stab at it.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, that was awesome.
Neat.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was you at first, because in my mind I was thinking, okay, you brought in somebody else. Oh, awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah.
so Bryn and Trav, you two brought some new tools to this project, but you know, the approach you took to this task, there's an improvisational nature to the song. Is that what you brought to it, or were you, looking for something ordered and now we will execute? How did that go?
It was relatively ordered. We because working in two different cities entirely, I basically laid down a bass line, and then I got because we couldn't get a regular drummer into a studio, we got our friend Danny Bell, who's pretty involved in this project too, to lay down the drum part, and then I sent it to Trav to lay down his parts. So other than Travis's piano solo, there wasn't a whole lot of room for improvisation per se.
Gotcha. And how did you choose the song then?
Yeah, Bryn gave a bunch of them a listen, and
yeah, listen to the whole catalog, and yeah, I wanted to pick something that was pretty representative of Gadjo. Like there was one song that feels like it would have been an obvious, easier choice. It was the one that Jordan sings.
Oh, right there, yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to, yeah, it was a little different than the rest of all your songs, so I decided not to go with the easy choice. Yeah, and then I sent I think 4 or 5 of my top picks to T-Rav, and he helped pick the final choice.
Yeah.
Were you nervous to see Cam's reaction?
I was nervous to see his face when I did the opera voice. I recorded the opera voice, and like I tried a couple different ways of doing it, like not operatic and stuff, and none of it seemed right. So I did the opera thing, but then I put weird like robot harmonies underneath it to make it all weird, because that was just my way of saving face.
Oh, I thought that was awesome. Yeah, I loved it.
It was a nice touch, for sure. So the three of you, the sense of community we've had over the past year has been kind of in and out. And this project, though, did you feel a little closer to that sense of community while, going about this collaboration?
Yeah, I'd say, because getting in touch with my bandmates again, and and then watching all these videos week by week, and see my friends' faces again, and hear their voices, and their singing and their playing. Yeah, it's been great.
Do you think you would have otherwise, taken it upon yourself to find a project where you were sharing music with each other, otherwise? Do you think that could have happened, or do you think this facilitation is the type of thing that's really important to kind of make that community happen?
I feel like it's common for friends to cover friends' songs, but I feel like this project got people to cover maybe not even friend songs, just other band songs that they would never normally even attempt, which is really great. I think it's pushing boundaries.
Yeah, it was definitely the case for us with Gadjo covering Brit's song, because I hadn't listened to any of her music before, and was she wasn't somebody I was familiar with, so it was great to just listen through the catalog and decide what what we were going to do, and the same thing, just having that project, was nice just to keep in touch as a band, because it was a fairly long stretch of time where we weren't playing together much. So, we weren't getting together. I mean, we're all in the same city, so I mean that's helpful because we would still get together for jams, and things like that. But it was nice to have a specific project, musical project, something that was different than we're normally doing. So yeah, I really appreciated that, having that project, to keep the keep the band thing going. So it was great.
To take a little trip down memory lane to pre-pandemic time. Does anybody have a favorite music on the mountain memory they want to share?
Yeah, sure. Shout out to Dave Soroka for putting on his Sorokathon, his 24 hours straight of playing his original tunes with no repeats in the was it the Baxter Barn there?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I'd stop in, okay, a number of times.
Yeah, a number of
Oh,
times.
he's still going, and he's got, he had such a great collection of songs that.
Just don't bother. I'll just go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not
Yeah, I
many
think
people
he
that
he
does it.
cracked open the bottle of whiskey on hour 22.
Yeah, that was impressive. That was an impressive feat. I'd forgotten all about that. Thanks for.
Yeah, he was digging deep into his binder, of this many songs, and sometimes there's nobody there to hear them, and he just kind of drop it into this bin and be like, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna play that one is, that was a good song. I mean, it's amazing, incredible.
That was impressive. Cam, do you have any highlights you can think of?
Well, I remember being at the first music on. I think it was the first one up on the mountain. I was playing there, I think, with Back Porch Swing, maybe.
Mhm.
But it was, I think we stayed up all night, and just, I remember sort of getting light in the morning and up on the mountain, and it was kind of misty, and just sort of that, feeling of just being around the fire, kind of playing music with, friends, and watching the world get light, was beautiful. Mist and the mountains and everything. That was really nice.
I
I
think I
feel
got
like
one that I
those
just,
moments are about to return. Yeah.
yeah, misty mornings. Yeah, I remember pretty sure it was Music on the Mountain. Sometimes I get some of those festivals mixed up, like Sweetwater and Music on the Mountain kind of get blurred together sometimes. Been to a lot of those, but I'm pretty sure it's that one where there was a sound man named Chris Lucci who was retiring. He had been working with the McKillican sound crew for years and years and years. That was mom. Okay, yeah. And we like organized like a painting for him to be made at the festival. And my personal goal was to make him glad that he's quitting. And so for our Party on High Street set, we organized with the Barefoot Caravan crew who ran a hand drum workshop. So we started our song, and then this Ange, the woman who is in Barefoot Caravan, got a whole group of people together and started cruising through the audience with, I think it was 40 djembe players, and they all came on stage and played the rest of the set with us.
It's like 52 people, and they were trying to mic them all as best they could, and he just like waved the right white flag.
Yeah. I'm out of here. I'm done.
That's funny. Wow.
That's beautiful. So what are you guys thinking? What are you most looking forward to at the next Music on the Mountain festival? Whenever that may be.
Is it going to be on the mountain this year, Brian?
It's that's the plan. Yeah.
It's looking optimistic.
Looking optimistic that we'll be back to the mountain. We were Music on the Meadow for a while, and Meadow was great, but it was no mountain.
Yeah.
Well, I got a message from Lionel that it's going to be in conjunction with some kind of mountain bike race.
Mm.
So my goal is to be able to participate in that race.
Oh, excellent.
'Cause that's been my big COVID project is mountain biking.
Oh, neat.
No way.
Basically,
Right on.
go every day. And,
That's perfect.
you know,
Yeah, the mountain's gotten some huge funding to build some bunch of trails and stuff, so it's set up now.
so
It's a real
that's,
challenge out there.
yeah.
Excellent.
Have you ridden out there?
I haven't mountain biked in
Oh.
15 years.
Oh.
I can imagine people riding down the ski hill there, you know, and they just like ride their bike right up to the stage, and they're like, yeah.
Well, my goal is to do that without dying. So
Yeah, you're gonna go after your set, after you play your set.
yeah, I was thinking afterwards. Yeah,
Just in case.
and just you never
Wrist
know.
guards.
But I'm usually kind of full of bruises anyway. So.
Good call. Good call. I would recommend that to anybody taking on the Fort St. James Mountains. They are. I found it very challenging. That's for sure. What about you, Trev? Are you you got anything you're particularly looking forward to?
Yeah, basically, you know, back on the mountain there, and like the lodge just lights up at night with the jams, and you can hardly contain it. The music's just like coming out of everywhere, and I like that spot. Yeah, it was the first festival I ever played myself.
Wow.
And it was up there, and yeah, so it's whole beginnings. Yeah.
How about you, Bryn?
Yeah, it's a whole new perspective of mom for me this year. I took on chair of the board, so it's an organizational role for me now. Yeah, Lionel decided he wanted to step down, and yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm really excited, really great group of people to work with too, of course. Mom always has been. But yeah, like I said, just excited to have a different perspective.
Absolutely. The times they are changing, and music on the mountain is changing with it. So yeah, thanks for spearheading this event and this album. Everybody's looking forward to it. It's a beautiful thing. And Cam, Travis, Bryn, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us today at C4 88.7. Much appreciated. For those interested, you can find this track at momfest.bandcamp.com. Mama's Headed North is 11th of 19 songs that will be released over the next few months, so make sure you check back periodically throughout. The full album will be released mid-August. You can stream it, but please consider buying and supporting the Music on the Mountain Society and future Music on the Mountain festivals. We gratefully acknowledge the support of the BC Arts Council. See you next time, everybody. You're tuned in to CFUR 88.7 FM, broadcasting on the traditional and ceded territory of the Clay-Tenay First Nation. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Cheers. See you, Cam. Much love, bud. See ya. Peace,
Mhm.
Ian.
Take care, you guys. Great to see you.